Today we're going to be talking about the DCF845 from the DeWalt XR series. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review and let's check out this brushless impact driver that's right now top of the food chain in regards to impact drivers from DeWalt, and about to get overtaken by the 860. But for now, this thing is a beast, and it's been my daily driver ever since I got it. So let's check out some of the things I put on it and some of the things that I use with it to get my optimal usage out of it. And straight out the gate, I took off the belt clip. I know it's like, usable for some pro users, but I don't use it, so I took it off. It's just adding bulk to the side. And speaking of adding bulk to the side, I did end up adding this side saddled little bit holder here. It's a little magnetic bit holder. And how it works is you can put short, I don't know if you can put super short. It's going to be a little bit difficult to pull them out of there, but you can put some super short ones in there. But I do like to store like a little impact bit for pilot holes. We got a square, we got a Torx, and we got a Phillips #2. So some of your normal, characters, when you want to have these bits on you and you need to remove a fastener, it's nice to be able to swap them up or just slap in a nice pilot hole for yourself. And behind that, I like to rock the Power Stack 1.7 amp hour battery as well. I think it's got a really nice fit, and I think it looks real nice with the piece. So, and then up top, I ended up putting one of these Simon Tools magnetic. It's like a rubber. It's got 3M tape on the back, but it fits perfectly, and I think it's a universal fit for most impact drivers, because there's usually like that usage label, and I think that's designed to go over most. So this is something that I would say comes in handy very often, especially when you want to have like fasteners just with you there. You can keep a couple fasteners there. You can throw some extra bits on there. You know what I mean? Not going to fall off or anything like that. Now, I know a lot of people do reviews of the actual unit and give you the torque specs and everything like that. But for me personally, I'm just going to kind of tell you what I use it for and how it's served me. Since I got it, I mean, I wipe it down with alcohol. It stays pretty clean. I'm able to get all the gunk off of it, and I usually clean it after each use, because a lot of times it'll get pretty worked over, especially when you're doing woodworking. So it's nice to keep it clean. It keeps also everything out of the inner workings of the piece as well. You get a little bit more longevity out of it, of course. The thing I do want to mention is I usually operate in speed 2 on this. I haven't really seen myself need to go to speed 3. I use this for specific purposes. I don't try to drive huge lag bolts or wood screws through large pieces of timber. I use this to do like 2 to 4 inch fastener, or I should say 4 inch and below fasteners. Deck screws will probably be like what I'll run through this on, like the higher end. Still on speed 2, so it's not something that I'm trying to overdo this. If I need to drive those larger fasteners, I'll just use a drill, so, or an impact wrench, but mainly a drill would probably do that. But this does what I need it to do fast. Like I said, 4 inches or less is usually what I'll reserve this for. Anything over that needs to get done with the drill for sure. So let's talk about the main bit that I like to run in this. I like to run these little longer ones. This one's from DeWalt. I do like to run a little bit longer ones. I don't like to run the little short stubby ones with that standard magnetic bit holder, because I find a lot of the times the short stubby ones will get pulled out of the tip and get stuck inside the screw or the fastener. Especially the Torx ones do that. This is something where when I put this on the tip, it helps me keep the magnetic bit holder, and it helps me keep the bit where it's supposed to be, and also the fastener where it's supposed to be. So as you can see, once it's locked and loaded in here, and you have the proper fastener loaded on the tip, once it's driven into the material, this is going to stay where it's at, and you can load another one on and then drive. Fastener, drive, fastener, drive. Nothing's going to come apart, nothing's going to come off, and nothing's going to interrupt that process. And that's why I like this. Probably out of all the bit holders, this is probably one of my favorites. I also like the Milwaukee one, which is a silicone sleeve, and I'll show you that real quick because this is another one I like to run on my impact driver. And you can see there's a bit of a gap here where the fastener is not going to actually meet the magnetic coupler right there. There's actually a gap, but you can also see that there's still that magnetic connection with the bit tip, just like it is on this, only there's no actual physical connection. So I do like that because over time, you know, maybe I'm doing different things with fasteners, and not all of them, you know, I need to have basically stop right there at that little area right there. Some of them you want to go maybe through some material a little bit, and this one allows you to do that. So it really kind of depends, I guess, what I'm going to be using, but for the most part, when I'm running pretty much any one of my impact drivers, I'm rocking this DeWalt one. It's got, like I said, it's got aluminum body. It's got the neodymium magnets in the tip right there. The reason why I talk so much about this is because it's very important when you're running impact driver to have a proper bit holder and to have a proper bit system. I try to stick with some of the mainline brands because most of those interact and integrate with some of these mainline bit holders. When you start buying different cheap generic stuff, sometimes they don't actually integrate with some of these name brand bit holders that you might pick up at the store. But I do like the slim profile of this particular impact driver, and I like the power stack integration. Like I said, the 1.7 amp hour is more than enough that I need for any job that I need to do. And it's got 3 real nice LEDs that stay really bright on the front right there, versus the standard ones, which would either have it like right above the trigger or they have it down here shooting up. Most drills will have it down here shooting up, and most impacts will have right here like 1 LED. This is really nice, and it stays on for a really nice amount of time, a long amount of time for whatever you need it for. So, like I said, once you remove that belt clip, I mean, you don't have to have the side saddle. You could probably slap some of these up here, but I like to keep this for fasteners, and I like to have bits on there, so I don't have to have this stuff in my pocket. And it's magnetic, so I know it's always going to be there. It's a little bit extra width to this nice compact size of this impact, but it's a sacrifice you make, you know what I mean? So I actually have most of these side saddles on almost all my DeWalt tools, including my drills. So, because I'll be able to put my bits in there as well, my common bits. So, like I said, this is the 845. It's for now. It's my daily driver. I use this for pretty much everything on the homestead, at my home, and anywhere on the farm. This can pretty much handle anything. Like I said, around 4 inches or less I use for this, and anything more than that, then I just go straight to the drill. So, but yeah, this is my review of the 845 from DeWalt. Like I said, it's a powerhouse. I mean, I'm not looking to drill 10-inch screws, but the fasteners that I do use it for, it is absolutely a monster. So it's gonna be hard to beat this one, but I think the 860 is gonna be a good step up from this, for me at least. But yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, this one's won't be retired. It'll be in rotation still. It'll just be not the main daily driver anymore, if you would. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think of the DeWalt XR845 with the power stack battery. Let me know what you think of that pairing and all the accessories I put on here, and what do you put on your impact drivers, and what do you use to make everything more convenient for you when you're out and about doing work.